The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Hard-nosed NASCAR Sprint Cup driver Clint Bowyer climbs out of his number 15 car into the high hills of Wyoming for a thrilling spot and start pursuit after a trophy bull. But could this rugged western big game hunt become his greatest challenge yet?
I've never seen a human climb hills like that in my life.
Looking outside the 47, ran one groove higher than you through the corner.
RealTrees NASCAR Outdoors, presented by Chevy Silverado, the official truck of the outdoors.
Hello everybody, I'm Bill Jordan. For the ones who know me, you know that I live for the outdoors. But what you may not know, that I'm a big follower of the sport of NASCAR. The fans, the pits, the cars. It's intense, lightning fast paced in every sense of the word. Here on RealTrees NASCAR Outdoors, I have the chance to take these drivers and personalities out here in my world. And let me tell you, you'll see a whole different side from the one at the track.
Beats the hell out of work. Oh my God. Well, I mean, not racing, but pretty close.
This week, the small-town Kansas dirt track racer turned NASCAR superstar Clint Bowyer is at Wagonhound Ranch after his Wyoming bull. And with the pressure-packed pace of contending for the Sprint Cup championship, the wide-open wilderness is a welcome change.
Timing couldn't be better. I mean, with 4 weeks to go, it's definitely pressure cooker's heating up in our sport, and it's getting pretty tense. So leaving home a little bit frustrated and bummed out. It was nice to get out here and just get away. I mean, I even forgot to call in the competition meeting. That's what it's like when you get up here and kind of get set in the moment and get away. Couldn't have been better.
Wagonhound is a large working ranch situated in the heart of the Laramie Mountain Range in east central Wyoming. And it's the perfect place to slip into a solitude of the outdoors.
These guys are just like us, anyone else. They're just normal guys. I mean, they come out here and they're relaxed. You know, they don't act like they're any better than I am. And so that makes me feel, I mean, I treat them just like I would anyone else.
All right, it's been 2 years since I've seen elk. What kind of mass is he? Not good. Just a little. Yeah. Just a young bull.
NASCAR Outdoors.
I grew up in Kansas, and man, it's flat back there. I mean, you can spot a deer a mile away, you know, and it's a pretty good walk, pretty easy walk to over there and see if you can't shoot him. Here, man, I'm telling you, it's so beautiful up here in the Northwest. This is a part of the country, growing up racing motorcycles and everything I've raced. You know, we didn't race up here, and it's some of the prettiest country we have. So it's always fun anytime you get invited to come up here and just, man, if you're sitting on a hillside and, you know, soaking it all up, it's pretty cool to see.
You know, I think as the crow flies, we went half mile, but I think mileage-wise, on foot, we probably walked at least 17 miles straight up, wouldn't you think? Yeah, that was a blast, let me tell you.
No matter where you go on the Wagonhound Ranch, it's absolutely beautiful. And being a Western working ranch, it has everything a ranch has to offer.
Well, really, we got kind of four main divisions that we, you know, cross-sectional between the whole ranch. And so we got our Red Angus cattle. You know, it's a cow-calf operation primarily, and then we run yearlings with those. And then we have a hay farm, basically. We operate, you know, there's 27 center pivots down there, and we put up a lot of hay that we sell and use for ourselves. And then, of course, we have the horses. Our horse program, we breed, particularly for our own use here on the ranch, but we're fortunate enough to have some high-quality studs and broodmares that kind of work in the performance horse area as well. And then, of course, the outfitting division. You know, we just a way to kind of manage our natural resources and bring a real nice product to, you know, to the clientele.
You know, we have a large chunk of land, around 150,000 deeded acres. It ranges from, you know, we have farmland down on the river, with whitetails and antelope and turkeys and waterfowl, all the way up to the the higher mountaintops where it's kind of real rocky canyon terrain with ponderosa pine and mahogany and buckbrush and some higher elevation where you get into the elk and aspen trees, and they have every bit of habitat that they need. They have thick cover and timber, and they have wallows and water and springs and grass and rocks to hide in, and towards the later in the season in the wintertime, you'll see several thousand elk on the ranch at times, and that's kind of where they winter and survive when it gets real tough and snowy and cold out.
We had a little bit of a weather change, to say the least. We went from 70 degrees to 30 and 12 inches of snow. Pretty big game changer. But the biggest thing was the ceiling was so low you couldn't even see up in the mountains, so you couldn't even glass. We did a lot of driving around and just trying to look in the bottoms, and that's when we saw all the elk and finally saw the one that we were after. Well, it was knee-deep in snow and the drifts, and the biggest thing, you can't see the rocks, so you slip and slide around on all the rocks. But I mean, that's why you go hunting, you have to work for it. If it was easy, everybody'd be out here shooting elk. The trick is to try to get in there and not blow them out of there, not get winded, and to be in the right place. And that was the hardest thing. There's so many ridges along those mountain lines that you can't, you couldn't get in position to find him. We kept seeing the one that he was with, that little 5x5, and he wouldn't come out.
I topped over the hill and I seen the 5-point, and he seen me, and the clouds were so low that he could see about as good as we could see. So he really didn't know what was going on, but he knew something was there.
Clint Bowyer faces a full-blown winter storm on his pursuit for a monster bull. We'll find out if he can overcome the Wyoming weather change to track down a trophy. Next on RealTrees NASCAR Outdoors.
Back.
Clint Bowyer is weathering a huge winter storm in search of his first Wyoming bull.
It's just that what goes through your mind is there's blizzard conditions. You can't see 10 feet in front of you, and if we do see this elk, how am I going to get the scope unclogged from the snow that was wedged in it and shoot this elk in a timely manner?
So I just kept looking around for the other bull, and I finally seen the tops of his horns.
Now on the last day of the hunt, the severe snowstorm that rolled in overnight has escalated, and the pressure continues to mount as Clint Bowyer and his guide press on in pursuit of a shooter bull.
So I told Clint, I said, get over there on the rock next to me here, and Clint was asking if he's a shooter or not, and I could just see his tops.
Have Clint and his guide finally found a shooter bull in spite of a ruthless Wyoming whiteout? We'll find out next on RealTrees NASCAR Outdoors. Bowyer and his guide are battling the wintry Wyoming conditions in pursuit of a trophy bull elk. After several snowy miles in blustery conditions, they finally worked in on what appears to be a shooter. But with very little visibility, it's been too tough to tell for sure.
Then I stood up and got a better look at him, and he was dang sure a shooter bull.
He's a shooter. He's a shooter. Watch that other one. He's right there by that tree. See him? Got him. You good? Brian, you good?
Another one in.
Pretty sure his best shot in Wyoming. We'll just go ahead and say state record shot. But that was the conditions you could have. Can you use on an interview? Is that past tech?
Damn. I can't tell you how big he is. He's a 6 point. He's good for weather like this. Good work, bud. I thought we lost him.
Oh, Clint, he was pretty excited. I think he was at the point right before that when we just kept walking around and we couldn't find the elk and I think he was starting to think that he was going to go home without an elk.
These ridges are so tight in here. I mean, they're standing right here. See that on that rock. That's awesome. Yeah, good deal. There ain't nothing better now. That's so fun.
You put in the work and it's all worth it at the end.
We got up there and that made his day. He wanted a nice heavy bull, and that's what he got.
Look at that bad boy. I can't even believe you saw him. Look. That's a nut daddy right there, boy.
We were cold. Yeah, I mean it was cold. We were wet, and but boy, he was excited when he shot that bull.
That's a good one, boy. Pumped. I didn't think we were. Dude, look at this. Turn around and look. You can't see anything. There's no way I thought we was gonna shoot an elk tonight. All morning. I tell you what, anybody that thinks this is easy, you're crazy. We walked a lot of miles up and down these hills. Of course, I'm from Kansas. This ain't no damn hill. It's a mountain, and there's a bunch of them. They're steep.
I mean, this definitely trumps everything I've been to. The accommodations are awesome. I would like to, next time I come, not get paired up rooming with Chris Williams. He farts a lot, snores. About every bad habit a man can have while you're trying to room with him, he had. So spent most of the evenings uncomfortable, frustrated. This is my interview. Stay out.
You're not invited back.
Slap your mama.
As usual, I've worn out my welcome here, and I always make sure that I get it all the first time because chances are I don't get to come back.